Hi everyone, I'm Megan and you would know me from the Johnston Lakes Library in Lake Park. Today I'm going to show you how to make a t-shirt tote bag with no sewing required. These bags are super handy for carrying anything from your keys and wallet to small snacks when you're in the classroom or in the office. And all that's required is an old t-shirt. Okay, the first thing we need to do is gather our supplies. We will need an old cotton t-shirt. The thicker the fabric, the sturdier your bag is going to be. Scissors, preferably fabric scissors, and a washable marker. Great, now that we have our supplies together, let's start with our first step, cutting off the sleeves. Fold the t-shirt in half and cut both sleeves at once so that they're identical. Or if your material is too thick, cut one sleeve, fold the shirt in half, use that cut side as a guide for cutting the next one. Our next step is to cut the neckline area. If you'd like, you can turn the shirt inside out and trace the outline of a bowl before cutting. I like hand cutting because I prefer a slightly oval shape to a perfectly round one. Looking good so far, guys. Step 3, determine how deep you want your bag to be. Determine where you want the bottom of your bag to be and trace a line across. Keep in mind, depending on the fabric used, your tote is likely to stretch and become longer when it's filled with stuff. Okay, moving on to step 4, cutting the fringe. Grab your scissors and cut slits from the bottom of your shirt to the line marking the bottom of your bag. You'll want to cut both the front and back layers together because they need to match up for the next step. I cut my slits about 3/4 to an inch apart. Now that we have our fringe cut, it's time to tie them. This may seem a little complicated, but I promise it's not. Here we go. All right, so to tie our fringe, at this point you could decide if you want your fringe to be hanging from the outside of your bag when it's completed. You want to turn your shirt outside in, or if you want the fringe to be on the inside where you can't see it, keep your bag turned inside out. I'm gonna go ahead and keep mine inside out. All right, start by taking the 2 matching fringes on the end and simply tying them. Make it a tight, okay? Take the next pair, tie them, and the third pair, tie them. If you were to open your bag and look down right now, you would notice some gaps in between. So we need to close those gaps in. All right, we have our 3 pairs. Take one tie from the middle pair, tie it to the first pair. Make these tight, okay? Take the tie from the second pair, the second tie from the middle pair, tie it to one of the third pairs. It's going to look a little confusing as you're doing it, but I promise it'll stay secure. Perfect. And continue doing that. Okay, we'll go with our next set. Tie that pair, take one of those, tie it with the third pair that was next to it. Make that tight. Follow it up with the next pair. Grab one from next door. And tight. See what I'm doing here, guys? Sometimes you can get lost. I get lost. If you ever crochet, you know, you're unraveling a row because you've made it too tight or too... The same thing here. I've had to untie all of these because I got lost. All right. Tie and tie it to a neighbor. So on and so forth till you've completed your shirt. If your shirt was turned inside out, you can now turn it outside in. You can follow the South Georgia Regional Library on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more ways to keep yourself and your family entertained and engaged. Okay, friends, thanks for crafting with me today. And as always, stay happy, healthy, and safe.